It's been 3 months since the major announcement that a Whitewater Center is now in the works from Montgomery.
It's known as a Project Catalyst, and its design is based on the U.S. National Whitewater Center in North Carolina. Tonight, we're taking you all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina to see what's in store for the river region. Andrew James has more in part one of his Alabama News Network Extra, Impact Whitewater.
City and county leaders visited the U.S. National Whitewater Center multiple times as they planned this major project, so we decided to do the same. We went to Charlotte 2 weeks ago to see what a Whitewater Center is all about. Located 13 miles from uptown Charlotte, the U.S. National Whitewater Center boasts 1,300 acres of fun for anyone willing to try something new and maybe a little out of their comfort zone.
Everything from whitewater rafting and kayaking to zip lines, mountain biking, climbing, and flatwater paddling.
Jesse Hyde is the marketing director for the U.S. National Whitewater Center. He tells me they have 30-plus land and water activities for all ages and skill levels.
When you go whitewater rafting, you are engaged, you are paddling, you are working, and it is meant to get people out of their comfort zones and try new experiences.
But he says it's more than just rafting down a river. They also make an effort to cultivate an outdoor, active lifestyle for anyone who steps foot on the property. But if rafting down this man-made river isn't your style,
concerts and festivals, as you described, to competitions, demos, and expos.
There's plenty else to do. The Whitewater Center produces over 400 events a year. The biggest is called Tuck Fest, held every April. Hyde tells me it's the largest outdoor sports and music festival in the United States.
We had over 65,000 attendees over 4 days last year with over 35 competitions and 16 live musical acts. The facility is open 12 months out of the year, and this year they're expanding to include even more activities in the winter months. The whitewater channels are emptied in late October for the winter months, but this year they're being repurposed for ice skating. We were there as workers put the finishing touches on the 17,000 square foot rink where people would usually whitewater raft and kayak. A second new attraction this year is Lights, a half-mile walking trail with light installations throughout, created by a North Carolina artist. Both debuted earlier this month, all this adding up to a thriving recreation and entertainment center. We have almost 1,000 people on our payroll. We have over 1 million visitors per year, and it takes a substantial amount of infrastructure to be able to meet those market demands.
Here are some other fast facts about the Whitewater Center. It is the third largest tourist destination in both North and South Carolina. It's estimated to have a $37 million annual economic impact for the region. Back to you.
Andrew, thanks so much. Now, you've seen the U.S. National Whitewater Center in Charlotte, but how does this major recreation and entertainment venue fit on a much smaller piece of land here in Montgomery? Catch part 2 of Andrew's Extra tonight at 10 on CBS 8 and ABC 30.
At 6, we showed you the U.S. National Whitewater Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's being used as a model for Montgomery's Whitewater project.
Now we're asking city leaders how a much larger facility in Charlotte fits in Montgomery. Andrew James has part 2 of his Alabama News Network Extra, Impact Whitewater.
Montgomery city and county leaders have told me they hope to create a facility very similar to the U.S. National Whitewater Center in Charlotte, but there are some major differences. Charlotte's facility is 1,300 acres, while Montgomery's will be 120 acres. So how do we take a much bigger project and bring it to Montgomery?
Actually dreamed about it, and I did dream that I was in a canoe.
Montgomery County Commission Chair Elton Dean can't help but smile when he talks about Montgomery's Whitewater project. What started out as just an idea is now coming to life.
We're on the bridge of success right now because of what we're going to do with that Whitewater Park.
The multi-million-dollar project will sit next to I-65 along the Alabama River. Representatives from Montgomery have toured Charlotte's facility, and Dean tells me they want the complete venue.
When people went to visit those, our team went to visit commissioners and other people in the Montgomery area. They were just, they applaud whatever was going on in Charlotte.
Dean says this project will be good for all of Montgomery, but he emphasizes the impact it will have on West Montgomery.
It has been a depressed area. For oftentimes, we tried to make things look good around the Maxwell Air Force Base.
One sticking point is the Salvation Army building on Maxwell Boulevard. City leaders say they are working to find another location for the Salvation Army, but they have not reached a deal. I asked, and Dean tells me it should happen, quote, pretty soon.
making a lot of progress in that. I think they're on the way to the final agreements and some signatures.
Dean says you'll be able to see the Whitewater Park from I-65, a site he hopes makes more people get off the interstate and stay a little while. And I also spoke to one of the designers who is no stranger to whitewater sports.
Charlotte's venue is very spread out, and ours is very compact with the wilderness sitting in the background.
Scott Shipley is a 3-time Olympian and now the president of S2O Design and Engineering in Colorado, a company helping with the design. He says initially there was some concern about Montgomery's population numbers compared to Charlotte's. He tells me those concerns were calmed when they realized how many people travel through Montgomery to places like Gatlinburg for similar outdoor experiences.
When we look at that interstate, we can say, hey, our demographic is coming right through, and we're 3 hours away or 2 hours away or 4 hours away instead of 8 hours away.
Shipley has visited the Montgomery site at least 10 times, most recently last month, and says they intend to create a venue unlike anything Montgomery has seen before.
We are going to create an outdoor adventure center that, whether you're going to be wet or not, whether you're going to be athletic or not, is going to give you access to the outdoors right in your central core.
Montgomery County recently formed a new cooperative district to develop this project. Right now, the cooperative district is negotiating with the Southern Whitewater Development Group. That group would help manage the Whitewater facility. I'm told the cooperative district expects to issue bonds in the coming months to help pay for this major project. Back to you.
All right, Andrew, thanks so much. The project is still in the design phase right now. County leaders say construction should start in next year and